just an ordinary job. It is the essential core of every business and institution. It is the science of measuring, disclosing, and interpreting financial information. It is also an art of recording, classifying, and summarizing financial transactions to provide information that is useful in making business decisions. The Bachelor of Accounting Science program from Regenesis Business School is designed to give students the skills and knowledge they need to succeed in the competitive world of accounting. We will develop these skills in you and push you into being...
1, 2, there. Somebody forgot to switch me on. Hey, yes, abantu. Good morning, everyone. Hi, gay. Good morning, everyone. For the last time. Good morning, everyone. Oh, my brother. You're just not going to say good morning. And I came specially for you. Is that an AC Milan jersey? Oh, which team is it? Argentina. Okay. It's also fine. You're a Messi fan. He just retired. It's okay. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to you all. Thank you so much for joining us right here at Regenesis Business School for the open day. Can I see by show of hands? And welcome to the guys at home online. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you making the time to be here with us today. Just by a show of hands, how many parents are here? 1, 2, 3. Okay, cool. 4, 5. Oh, that's fine. No, not the sales team. I wanted the people who are bringing the business to the school. So I've got about 3 parents who are here to listen as to why their child should come to Regenesis Business School. How many students do we have here today? Well, potential students. Okay. Well, we are very happy to have you here. We are very pleased for you to give us an opportunity to explain to you about Regenesis Business School, its ethos, how much it's put in these 24 years of being active. I have yet to see a school that is so involved in the totality of the student and not just the come and be a student and fulfill your mandate or whatever course you've decided on and come and make sure that you're on time or come and make sure that your fees are paid. I got to hear from Indirani, who's going to come up and speak just now, about how they have an IQ, PQ, SQ, EQ, and FQ. That is an intelligence quotient, a physical quotient, a spiritual quotient, which speaks to me. If you know me, that completely speaks to me. There's an emotional quotient, there's a financial quotient, there's another quotient that she's going to add, but I don't want to take over from where she's going to take us to. Let me introduce myself and not be rude. I am an actress, I am a businesswoman, I own a clothing label with my husband called Port of LNG. It's been active for about 2 years now, so if you want to check that out. That's www.portoflng.com, but we're not here about that today. The Regenesis Open Days are so paramount to understanding everything that happens within these walls and how they can propel you further. We've been talking, and they said to us that what Regenesis is about in this time is awakening potential. I think it is the student's place to know that they must accelerate their potential as well. It's one thing to have potential, it's another to act on it. A lot of people say, I could be good at this particular thing. What are you doing about it? So we do ask that you keep your ears open and your eyes open and ask each of such a huge trajectory in everyone's lives. We hope to impress the parents that are here today because I believe there is no better school currently. They are also, I'd like to give them a round of applause just from me and from you as the newest law school in town. Congratulations, Regenesis. We touched on the fact that would be headed by Deputy Advocate Kevin Malunga, who'll be bringing the field experience to the course. A lot of the time, you'll get to a course and people will talk, and you won't have the on-hand experience to completely grasp what happens when you go into the outside world. I believe a school like Regenesis prepares you for such a thing. And I am nothing if not generous. Just a whisper to those who will be doing a higher certificate in public management and a higher certificate in business management. I managed to talk to the people at Regenesis Business School. If you use my code, within the next 7 days, that is Dinewalanga 280, you get 30% off your fees. Thank you for the wow. But, you know, they said for all the other courses, the certificates, law, the MBA, postgrad programs, that'll just be 10% off the fees. So make sure that you do grab that code. That's Dinewalanga 280, capital D, capital L, when you do go onto the site and finalize everything for you to become a Regenesis student. Right now, I'd like to call up to the podium Indrani Reddy, who is going to really paint a clearer picture than I ever could as the COO and acting CEO of Regenesis, and she's going to introduce the ecosystem of Regenesis. Please put your hands together for Indrani Reddy.
Good morning to our future graduates of Regenesis Business School. How are you today? Welcome to our students and parents that have joined us online as well. I'm going to take this one. Welcome to our students and parents that have joined us online. And thank you so much for those that showed up here this morning, taking a keener interest to get to see our beautiful campus and get to know who we are. So who are we? And when you're making this decision about choosing an institution, who they are and what they offer is as relevant when you do your comparisons, right? And that's why we get parents brought in, because those are the bankers that have got to pay the fees for you in some instances. Regenesis Business School was founded in 1998 by Dr. Marco Sharavanya. Dr. Marco Sharavanya has spent many a lifetime in philanthropic work as a monk that left his home in Croatia, embarked on a journey to the east, and then ended up in Africa and then South Africa. Having spent time building up schools and community in our very own orange farm, he set his net sights in academia at the Wits Business School and then set out to build this institute, Regenesis Business School. Why? He wanted education to go beyond IQ. And Dineo talked about those cues I'm going to talk to you about. What do we mean when we say beyond IQ? At Regenesis, we believe that every human being inherently has potential within them to awaken, to attain their greatest potential, and to live their lives to their fullest benefit. And IQ is one of the cues that gets them there, and this is the book knowledge that we share with you. Dineo also touched on advocate Kevin Malunga, who was the ex-deputy public protector that heads up our new LLB school. So we bring in industry specialists to be able to translate our book and theory into practical examples to prepare our students for the work of world and for their career pathing. But we believe that that makes you successful as an individual and sets you up for the work of world and perhaps entrepreneurship. Perhaps. To make an impact on yourself on a greater level, we believe that fundamentally you need to know yourself. And that requires EQ, emotional quotient. Understanding self means that you can then be an exemplar to lead others. And that can take you then to a management role, a supervisor, team leader role, even a director level, right? Because you within your locus of control, there's other people that are imbibing information from you and taking leadership. Then you want to grow bigger than that. Now you're aiming for C-suite, and we dare our graduates to aim that big because we believe we equip you, and our dean today will touch a bit about the graduate attributes that we're so proud of to be able to recognize our alumni in any industry across the globe. We operate in over 100 countries and boast 190,000 alumni over the last 25 years. So that takes me, I've covered IQ, EQ, and we're talking for the C-suite and beyond, spiritual quotient. What is spiritual quotient? Is it linked with the religion? No. Spiritual quotient is really about you. Who am I? Yes, I have a name that goes with me, Indrani Reddy, but when I observe my thoughts, I can be the observer and the person thinking. So clearly, there's two parts to me. The one that has an awareness, a deeper awareness of who this title, Indrani Reddy, and the title of COO or the title of mother or sister goes with. But who am I and what do I want to bring into this world then talks about purpose and making an impact consciously on people, planet, profitability, sustainability. If we look around us and we look at all the destruction, whether it be planetary or corruption, this is because there's a huge lack in the world of activists working towards ridding our societies and communities and world at large of social ills, starting with poverty and crime and the whole global warming epidemic that's wiping out this planet right now. COVID had nothing when you compare all of these ills we've lived with for centuries now. And this is what SQ is about. There's two other Qs we talk about, and the next one refers to the body. In order to be able to think, to function, to be successful, and to lead myself and others, and make an impact on the planet, I need this body. It's my vehicle. So at Regenesis, we have a wellness center, and our wellness center is really geared to making you fit, body, mind, and spirit. What do I mean by this? What do we offer? We've got a tennis club. We have a hiking club. We're now going to be introducing a golf club by a corporate education team. We have a soccer club where our footballers play every Friday at different venues. We have yoga, meditation. It's headed up by Maurice Labbert, who's a sports scientist. So this also brings in rehabilitation of the body through injury, being able to do weight loss and fitness programs, high-intensity programs that are run. These are some of the many Tai Chi that we run to take care of the body, and this goes out to our students, our alumni, our staff, and even the community around us. This wellness center is called My Health. And then we move into the last of our 5 Qs, and that is financial quotient. In our ecosystem that I'm going to touch on of the different companies that have evolved at Regenesis to support our students, their growth and their future, we have one of our companies called My Wealth, and My Wealth teaches our students how to go beyond their salary and what they're earning. It's about how do I create wealth through trading on the stock markets, through investments, and this has been a huge success story for Regenesis itself, where our expansion has been from our growth in our own investments on the stock market. In order to support our students comprehensively, I'm just going to touch on a few of the companies that play a very key role in our students' journey. I spoke about My Health and as well as My Wealth, the Regenesis Business School that offers fully accredited qualifications from highest certificate all the way to doctorate programs. In the business qualifications, we have the School of Public Management that our dean will cover, and the various other schools that he will talk to you about. We also have Digital Regenesis. Digital Regenesis is very high-tech, short programs from basic, intermediate, and advanced programs in data science, artificial intelligence, project management. These are future-fit courses that, surrounding our qualifications, we recognize that the world has become very technologically driven. Marketing is no more just billboards. Our students have joined us online. They receive their invites and we're contacted via social media platforms. This has really taken over the world from when you shop. You don't always have to go in store, right? And I'm sure a lot of you over COVID were ordering your food, be it Woolworths or Checkers or Pick n Pay online. So this has become the way of world that we work and cooperate in and thrive in. So Digital Regenesis complements, even though it's a standalone company, but complements our accreditations and our qualifications to make our students future fit to be able to thrive in a technologically driven world. Reg Cafe, just be on to my right-hand side, that big logo that says Reg Cafe makes healthy food for our students and for everyone in this building and our neighboring tenants as well. Our Ed for All is our Denanda Talent. Let me get to Denanda Talent first. Denanda Talent is our recruitment arm, and it's a recruitment agency for within Regenesis as well as external. It really assists our students and graduates and alumni to find jobs in their next jobs. Ed for All is the NPO arm, and really the passion for purpose resides in Ed for All at the Regenesis Business School. It is the NPO arm that makes education accessible for those that are financially challenged. What do we mean by that? A family needs to have a family earning of 10,000 Rand and below to be credit vetted to qualify to be an Ed for All student. It is a study now, pay later opportunity where students that are financially challenged pay as little as 500 Rand per month for the duration of the fees. When they graduate and get a job, they then start repaying their tuition fees. I'm now going to hand over to our Dean. Let me just hand over first to Dineo, who will hand over to our Dean. That's just a quick introduction into Regenesis Business School. Our academics are all here smiling at the back and in the room, as well as our student recruitment team that are waiting to meet you after our introduction to you to get you enrolled so that you can start studying with us in February 2023. I look forward to interacting with you in person as well. Over to you, Dineo.
Thank you so much, Indrani. Good morning to those who just joined us. Thank you so much for pulling through. Really, really appreciate you. I wanted to share my story. Just listening to Indrani right now, I'm reminded of my story with education and its importance. I wanted to study overseas. And my mother was like, oh, this is tricky. And as a kid, all you see is lights. All you think is your mom is trying to hold you back. Why won't she let you go overseas? You don't think exchange rate. You don't think that it's $16,000 a semester. At the time, the Rand was, 10:1. And that was 2009. Don't calculate my age. I'm looking at you. The students are now calculating my age. Don't do that. And you know, my mom did her best to get me there. I went to a university in New York. But I realized the challenges only when I was on the other side as a student. A lot of the challenges are being answered for me by Regenesis Business School. Something that we can take for granted, like healthy food. I've been to campuses of friends who've gone to other schools in and around Johannesburg. You know, things like slap chips, pap, all those things. And your physical actually matters in aiding you in your mental. A lot of people think, hanga japa at 12, it won't sustain. What it will do in your lectures is that it will slow you down and you'll fall asleep. Or, you know, just finding yourself in bad eating habits because, in high school, I could have cake and jelly beans and I'd still be fine. And you find yourself so focused on your weight that you lose your way with certain things because you're like, how are people going to look at me? Let's leave that aside. It was Indrani? Edfall. Edfall is such a beautiful solution because I sent out about 80 different proposals trying to get funding from different companies in and around the country, and none of them came back with a yes. And I wish they did. I wish we were accommodated in that way. And it's beautiful to see that Regenesis Business School offers you that opportunity to mitigate that financial challenge for you. Yes, there are T's and C's, but you've got to explore all your options. And I'm glad that there are students here so that they understand the parents' plight when it comes to making sure that the fees are paid, because that's also a stress on the parent. I love the fitness center. I would advise advise, please do not forget that business deals are made on the golf course. Those of you who are wanting to be entrepreneurs someday, it's very important to know how to play golf. I stand here kicking myself for not learning how to play golf. So maybe, Indorani will allow me to just come in for the fitness center, perhaps. It is so impressive to hear that there is 190,000 alumni across the world. And I've seen that even at child phase, you can underestimate the quality of education that comes out of South Africa. You can underestimate the quality of opportunity that comes out of our institutions. This here at Regenesis Business School is such a beautiful, beautiful opportunity, especially because they care about impact. And what they're ultimately gunning for is conscious leadership. Are we building leaders in our day-to-day? Some people would say yes, some people would say no. But I think to be in an institution like this one, where they're molding you for your greater tomorrow, I mean, the opportunity to say, okay, I finally finished my degree, I finally finished my postgrad, I'm at this level, please help me find a job. And they do that. That is such a privilege. In the economy that we're facing, in this country being what it is right now, it is an absolutely incredible privilege, but I am taking the Dean's time. I am talking over the Dean's time. Just before the Dean comes up, I also want to make sure that I highlight a portal like My Wealth. It is quite important to learn how to trade. It may not be important right now, but do utilize each and every opportunity that is at your disposal when you are a student in this institution. I'd like to introduce the Dean of Regenesis, Mr. Sbongsen Khumalo. Ubaba Mtunga has been the Dean of Regenesis and has been with the organization since 2007. He's held various senior positions in the areas of knowledge management, material development, facilitation, master's research supervision, account management, and academic management. He has ensured the effective management, access, and maintenance of knowledge in the form of learning materials, articles, research, case studies, assessments, and reports. He has a master's degree from Rhodes University and is currently working towards obtaining his Doctor of Business Management degree. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Sbongsen Khumalo.
Thank you, Dine. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Regenesis. Just want to welcome everyone also joining us online. My colleagues, wherever they are across the globe, and the ones here in Rani. Just want to acknowledge all the leadership that's here present. Welcome once more to Regenesis. I won't take long. Dineo, it's okay. It's fine. So decision making is a process. It's not a quick process also. For some, it takes much, much longer. Others, it's a bit shorter. But nonetheless, it's a process. And we're here really to support you, guide you, nudge you, encourage you, motivate you to make a decision. Because obviously, you have to make an informed decision as to whether which qualification you take and which institution you settle for. And of course, we are here to make the world a better place. I always say this. And we're going to make the world a better place through education. And not just any education, but quality education. And we're at the right place. Because any meaningful change starts from within. All the cues, all the intelligences you've heard about mentioned before me here, that talks to you and me at an individual level. So any meaningful change is going to start from within. It's going to start with you, with me, and it's going to spread out. And so hopefully the process that you're likely to embark on through our education, through various qualifications here, you will be able to transform yourself. Just allow yourself the opportunity to be transformed in the way in which you see the world, to be able to adopt new paradigms, new ways of thinking, to be able to be challenged, and for yourself to challenge your own thinking so that you grow. So allow yourself that opportunity. And of course, we believe that through individuals, the world is going to become better because an individual comes out here and make a significant impact or influence in their organization and in their teams and eventually the world. So allow yourself that space. Of course, without any further ado, I just want to mention that we've got various schools here represented I won't go into details of each qualification, but just to note that academic heads are here. They're sitting at the back together with our student recruitment. We've got the School of Law represented. We've got the Business School. We've got the School of Finance. So Dr. Shuro and Lesedi, they're both here. We've got School of Public Management. So they're all ready for your questions, should you have any questions. And of course, you all have a reason why you want to study. Whatever it may be, for you, it may be, through business. And people who embark on the journey of studying a business qualification, those individuals really want to understand business from beginning to end, from A to Z. These are the individuals who don't want to make any financial success by coincidence. They want to apply science in what they do. They want to make sure they understand the nitty-gritties, the fundamentals, the basics, of business, the frameworks and theories that sit behind, the decisions that are made, but also the thinking behind theories. So it's quite important for those who are joining our business school to really allow themselves that space, that ability to expand and grow and be able to grow in their careers. Some are in corporate already. It may increase chances of earning potential. For some, chances of being promoted, etc. But others may want to start their own businesses. Some of you may already be running your own entities, and we have quite a number of such students in the business school who are running their own entities. And so we welcome you. I welcome you to inquire with us, to check with us and find out more about what we have on offer, because those are the individuals who in the future will be creating more jobs. So inquire. We've got HCBM, which is the High Certificate in Business Management, both in banking as well as in retail management. We also have a BBA, Bachelor of Business Administration, again the normal one, as well as the specialized one in banking as well as in retail. We also have the Bachelor the postgraduate diploma in business management, which is your postgraduate diploma, as well as the MBA, Master of Business Administration. Of course, there was a mention of Doctor of Business Management. We also offer that. So I do encourage you to inquire. For those of you who've decided in their mind that they want to study business, you're at the right place. This is a business school that will offer you that. Sitting in the hub of, Sentin, and you get opportunities to network with other like-minded individuals, both in class and those that we invite and those that you will engage with outside class. And of course, the School of Finance, currently it offers BComt. That's a Bachelor of Accounting Science. It's a pathway. These are the individuals who study finances. A mention here was made of financial quotient. These are the individuals who teach you about finances, the ins and outs of finances. That finance world is an intricate one and an important one also. So this qualification is a pathway to a very, lucrative future, as well as a great career. Really, some of you may pursue various careers in that path. Some may be CFOs, some may be finance directors, some may be CAs. Who knows? But do inquire. We do have my colleagues at the back to assist you, and you'll find that recently I read, about salaries that this individual, get. It's insane. So for those who are out for cash or for big salaries, think about it. There's opportunity right there. The law school, Dr. Ada, I see she's sitting at the back there. She will answer questions around the law school and the LLB as it were. As we all know, law is relevant in almost all aspects of our lives. It touches on all aspects of our lives, really. And this may be a career for some. Some of you may want to pursue a career in law because it's really fundamental in society. It's something that some people have a calling for, and some may just want to study for fun. I don't know if there's such a thing though, but others may just want to study just as a thinking tool, as my colleagues always say. We've got individuals here who may want to become attorneys, counsel, senior counsels, advocates, judges. These people charge per hour. These people, some of them, they have salaries for life, the judges, even after they retire. And so you may want to pursue and get a sense of what this is about. That is our LLB. Please inquire. Of course, the School of Public Management was mentioned here. This is a sector, if you look at the qualifications and the offerings within the school, that addresses the public sector, as it were. And the public sector is that sector of the economy that's run by government. And you know, the business sector or the private sector won't really run effectively and efficiently without the efficiencies on the public sector. And so we've got individuals here who may be keen on pursuing some qualifications in that space. We've got higher certificate in public management. We've got Bachelor of Public Management, the postgraduate diploma in public management, as well as the Master of Public Management. Again, this takes you from the fundamentals of public management. For those of you who want to just to get to understand the fundamentals, the basics, as well as, you know, all the way to leadership, because we take you through that whole journey. These qualifications articulate into each other. And so offer yourself or allow yourself that opportunity to learn about policies of government, programs of government, projects and services that government has to offer. And of course, we always talk about government as being a machinery, a very complicated and complex machinery, and that which requires individuals who are going to make it more effective and efficient. And so that may be you sitting right there, because you know issues we are facing in terms of service delivery. So it may be you that can contribute meaningfully as you complete the qualification in this space. Okay, so again, please do inquire. We are ready to respond to your questions after this. My colleagues are ready to take all your questions. Ms. Reddy mentioned here something about graduate attributes. I wasn't going to talk about it, but now that it's mentioned, let me talk about it. And this is really about how do you spot a Regenesis graduate? We always brag about individuals who've come through Regenesis and have gone out to make significant impact out there. And some of those individuals are, you know, individuals that are well known. We won't mention their names, obviously, but you may be one of them. You know, you yourself has that potential of going out there and making a world a better place. But more specifically, how are we going to notice you? How is the world going to notice you? The world being your family, your immediate family, your organization, your community, etc. You are going to come across as someone who thinks differently, someone who's got brain power, someone who's able to offer a different view and opinion around the table, someone who's not going to thumbsuck decisions, someone who's going to make decisions based on evidence, someone who's well read, someone who understands, someone who knows what's going on, someone who's exposed, because we talk about global outlook. So we want our graduates to have a very big picture, a global picture, but to still be able to act according to context. That's the global outlook. But also we want individuals, our graduates, we're really proud that they are able to embrace diversity. Not only embracing diversity, but they harness it, because that's where our strength lies. So think about it. There's a lot of graduates with good qualifications who are still sitting at home not finding a job, and you tend to ask yourself, what's happening? Obviously, there are many variables there. But look at soft skills. Look at all these future-proof skills that Ms. Reddy talked about. You know, things that aren't necessarily within your modules as you'll go through strategy, finance, and all of that. You need to be mindful of what's going on in terms of life itself. Those skills that will take you, a step further. Those skills that will make you a bit noticeable. The ability to comport yourself professionally. And that is, in a nutshell, that ability to communicate with clarity, the ability to communicate with confidence, the ability to inspire others. That will make you stand out, But also, the world, more than ever, it needs conscious leaders. And that's what we do with our graduates. We've embedded these graduate attributes through the way in which we develop our training material, our study guides, the way in which we facilitate or lecture in class, the way in which we assess you. So by the time you complete our qualification, this is already embedded. This is already drummed, down your subconscious, and you come across as someone who's able to lead consciously. Leading consciously means you are able to lead with purpose. You're not going to go out and make a whole lot of money, but also hurt a lot of people and industries and environment. We need leaders who are going to be conscious and mindful of who they are, their abilities, their shortcomings, but also who are mindful of the environment within which they exist. So we talk about conscious leadership. So those are some of the graduate attributes that I thought I could share with you this morning. But more than anything, I'm very excited that you are here. And once more, the decision, obviously, is a process. To make that decision is a process. We're here to guide you and support you. I personally am looking forward to welcoming you as a student, and we will be there to support you. One day, just picture one day when you complete your qualification, everyone will be sitting here looking at you, walking up the podium, graduating. But it's not only about you graduating and getting that qualification. It's also about the impact you're going to make as you live. Think about it. So I welcome you, and I thank you for being here. Thanks, Dineo.
Thank you so much. That was the Dean of Regenesis Business School. I'm going to hand it over to the floor. Are there any questions from your side? Welcome if you've just arrived. I just saw a few people who've just arrived. Don't worry. You'll be able to catch up. The day's still going outside of this session. Any questions? Are you sure? Going once? Going twice? Okay. We are closing the Q&A session then. I'm going to check if there are any questions from online at this moment. None. That means we did a great job. We answered everyone. We've answered every... Yeah. There'll definitely be an interaction session. Cool. All right. Fantastical. Please make sure that if you do need any extra information, you do go to www.regenesis.net. Do not forget that beautiful, beautiful code that will be a 30% off for fees for a higher certificate in public management and a higher certificate in business management. For all other courses, it's 10% off. That's Dineo Langa 2801. Dineo Langa 2801, capital D, capital L. Make sure that you speak to our sales team there at the back. They are ready to field any of your questions. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Dineo Langa. Have a beautiful day, and I hope to see you graduating out of Regenesis Business School soon. Bye, guys.
Come through. I'd just like to give an applause to Dineo for her fantastic job. TV producer, fashionista, entrepreneur, student, and balancing all of this so ceaselessly in being successful. So a huge round of applause for Dineo Langa for joining us today. Dineo, thank you so much for investing time and endorsing Regenesis and being part of our journey as well. And I hope our students are looking at you and thinking, that's who I want to be next. And if you want to do that, then you've got to interact with our student recruiters. Beatrice, Winnie, pick your hands up and wave at everyone. There's our right? The whole team is waving, the whole team. So that waving team with our academics, please interact with us. We register you here today so you don't have to come back. You qualify for a 10% over all course fees. Why the highest certificate? I want to make mention of that. Why the highest certificate? We, as South Africans, we had about 4.3 million applications to public institutes across the country. 4.3 million. I'm not talking matriculants, right? We had some 750, just over 750,000 matriculants that wrote in 2022. So these would be people that are working as well as matriculants. There's only places in public institutions for 163,000 of these students, right? What happens to the rest of them? That's where private institutions come to play. Out of the 750,000 matriculants that wrote, about only 40% of them had bachelor passes. So it means about 60% of our matriculants will not get access to bachelor education. And this is where the highest certificate comes into play, right? It's a one-year bridging course to get into a bachelor qualification. We're giving you 30% off today to give you a chance at tertiary education once you complete your higher certificate. Not only to go into a bachelor qualification like the law qualification or maybe a BCom qualification or public sector Our dean spoke about that, and we have our public school head of academics here as well today that you're going to interact with. But also, if you want to do a qualification at any other institute, but you didn't have that access to it because you don't have a bachelor qualification, you can take the highest certificate from Regenesis anywhere in South Africa once you've passed it to get into a bachelor qualification. So there's a lot of despair, a lot of stress when students don't get this bachelor pass in matric, right? Here's another chance. Life doesn't end with matric. It can start all over again with the Regenesis Business School. So gift yourself another opportunity and take charge of your life and enroll today. Thank you so much, Dineo. Thank you everyone that's joined us today, and we hope to have you walking through on our red carpet graduating.